Yeah, well, we just left your latest new signing who's arrived at Vale Park. He's very excited, ready for the challenge, and you know all about him.
Yes, I do know about him because obviously he was a player that I signed at Gateshead, and he's a player that's stepped up a few levels when he came to Gateshead because he had been at playing a few leagues below that. So he made that step about a season ago, and when I left Gateshead, he was always a player that I kept an eye on because I felt that he was only going to improve, and hopefully he can improve here at Port Vale and go on to better things. But it's an opportunity for him, and it's up to him to take it.
Professional footballers are usually blessed with a certain amount of ability, else they would never get the job as a professional footballer. But a lot of them haven't got that desire, that hunger, that want to do it sort of inside them. And I think this boy has, and he's come over as though he has. How key do you see that into a signing a player nowadays?
Well, obviously you need to have various attributes to be a professional footballer, but obviously hunger and desire is a big thing and a big part of it. And if you don't have that, then it's very hard to do anything. But he has got some technical ability as well, good technical ability. But he's got to adapt to playing at a bigger club and at a higher level. And I would have to say under more pressure than what he's been used to. But I wanted to take that gamble, and I know that it won't be through the lack of trying. And like I say, he's got good attributes that I feel can develop here, and he can have a good career.
Would you say that's the biggest thing he'll have to conquer, the surrounds and coming into a professional club, more than out on the park, say?
Yeah, I think when your first thing, whenever you come to even if you're experienced, when you come to a club, I think you're with new players, and you want to settle in first. I think that's important. You want to feel at home and you want to feel comfortable, and you want to show to the other players that you've got ability. And like I think I've said in the past, you get their respect from what you do on the pitch. But it is a step up. You can't hide away from the fact. And I would also like to say at this moment in time, we have taken a gamble now on a couple of players from non-league, and I think as time goes on, we now have to, now January is not the time, but then we have to look for more established players who've played at a good level and trying to improve the quality. So although I am always keen to give people a chance, I'm well aware that we need to strengthen with players who've done it at this level and maybe level above.
Oh, how is he? What sort of shape is he in terms of fitness and to the National League to the Professional League?
Look, the National League, all the teams are full time. He was full time at Gateshead. I'd be disappointed if he wasn't at a good fitness level, but it is a step up. I think every time you step up to a league, it is a step up, and he's trained today, but we'll have to assess how he is. But like I say, I'm confident that he can play at this level, and he will be given the chance. But when that is, we'll have to see.
You spoke, I think, since you first came into the chair about how you want the camaraderie in your squad, how you want the players and the staff and the fans to blend together. And like you just mentioned, a new lad coming in, I would think it could be pretty easy for him to drop into a Port Vale setup with what you've got at the moment.
I must say that there's a group of players. They're very good in terms of welcoming anybody into the dressing room. But you can't just take that for granted. Like I've said, you've got to earn people's respect and all. And they are a good group of players. But they're not. They're not stupid. They've been around the block a lot. We've got some experienced players in their 30s who've seen a lot of players, a lot of dressing rooms, and like I say, they're good pros. But they certainly won't have the wool pulled over their eyes. So players have got to come in. They will get a chance, but like I've said, they've got to earn that respect by what they do and how they conduct themselves. But certainly for Luke, he's quite a confident lad. He's not I think he'll settle in fine.
just expand on something that happened at Forest Green that's gone out in the last few days that we talked about the other day. You've told him there's no gloves, have you?
Well, I said that from the first day I came in. It wasn't at Forest Green. I just said that I don't have a lot of rules in terms of I try and work with players. I try and give respect to players. You want feedback from players, but the only thing that I don't allow anybody to wear gloves who plays in any team that I pick, and I'm not a big fan of people diving and feigning injury. I don't like that, and I'll try and not have it in my team. But it's you can easily stop somebody not wearing gloves going out on a pitch. When things happen on the pitch, you can't guarantee exactly what's going to happen. But it's just something that I personally don't like, and I've always thought that if your hands are a little bit cold, you just need to run around a little bit more.
Oh, headphones in with Neil Aspin or not? Are they okay with headphones?
Not while you're playing.
Let's talk about other things in the January window. Then any more developments? You were saying that might be one or two players. Dan Turner went, of course, out on loan, but not out of the football club. He's coming back. Anything else developing from that area?
I think I've said all week we're trying to bring in a defender, and we're still trying to do that. And I'm trying to get one in before Saturday. But if not, then we'll hopefully get one in before the next Saturday. But I need to bring in another defender.
Any manoeuvres out? Any more players that you might want to, get off the wage bill gives you movement?
Well, I think there's we're wrong to give names, but there's probably a couple of people who I've spoken to, and I think it's advisable that for their careers it would be probably better if they found another club. But I'm not one I don't force anybody out of a club. It's not my style to do that or to make it uncomfortable for people. I treat everybody the same, but you have to be honest with people, and you have to if they're not going to be in your plans, they need to know, and then they make their own decision if they feel it'll be better for their career to go elsewhere.
Ready for the next one then, Accrington?
Yeah, we're always ready for the games. The games are no different from when you've interviewed me. The first game I came in, they're all tough games, and obviously Accrington do very well in this league. They're always up there challenging, and it'll be a tough test, and we certainly know that we need to be better than we've played over the last two games.
Real testimony, as you said. I think you spoke earlier in the week to us about they have in the last few seasons. It's not just a flash in the pan or a fluke. They've probably just made that step, but to be around it for 2 or 3 seasons consistently tells you what they're made of.
It does. I mean, it's credit to the manager and to to everybody at the club that they compete really well at this level. And like I say, they're always one of the teams that's challenging. They always have some good players, and by the sort of size of the club, they've got to always have a turnover of players because they tend to, lose their better players and then get other players in. So obviously, they've recruited well, and like I say, they deserve to be where they are because they consistently, pick up points at this level.